everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and this, you can say, would be Star Wars 3.5. This occurs between A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith. And honestly, I could say I really enjoyed this film, and I adored the characters. I love the fact that it has a very strong female lead in the form of Jyn. And I liked Cassian and K2. K2, I'm not going to go too much into his character, but he was very intriguing and good comedy relief. And I love the things that he actually said to Jyn. And we don't really get to see lightsabers that much until the very end of the film. Spoiler alert. I just thought it was outstanding. And I'm not going to go into the plot, but those of you who have seen the plot really know what it's all about. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's still good, despite the fact that you already know what it's setting itself up for. And it's darker, like Revenge was. Of course, with a title like Revenge of the Sith, you know it would be. And Rogue One has that kind of atmosphere to it, the kind of tone that you would expect a darker Star Wars film to have. And not only that, but Tarkin himself in this film, since the actor who played him is no longer with us, they have him in the guise of a CGI. And actually, it's very convincing. It is stunning. It is just unbelievable. It's uncanny what they can do with CGI these days. And even a beloved friend is CGI at the end. I'm not going to say who, but you probably know of whom I speak. The movie itself, I thought, was just tremendous. It was not... I wasn't bored at all. It was just straightforward with how they set everything up. And I even liked the pilot. I loved him. I just thought that he was an exceptional character. His name was Brody, I think. Yeah, or Boji. Brody or Boji. I can't remember which. I think it's Boji. But I adored his character. And the blind man, I thought he was awesome. And Jin's family, her line, very intriguing. And I'm not going to go into how important her parents are, but we get that sense later on in the film. And it's just adversity and overcoming adversity and resistance through that, and hope. And of course, that is breaking the fourth wall, because the fourth film was A New Hope. And this film is very self-aware, and it breaks the fourth wall a couple times, which I thought was very amusing. And we have some nice cameo appearances that I really savored. And as far as Star Wars films are concerned, it's one of my favorites. I really like it. I know there are a lot of people, a lot of purists that say, oh, I can't stand the prequels. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. I am not really that annoyed by Jar Jar Binks. I actually like Jar Jar Binks, strangely enough. When I was younger, he annoyed me, but now that I'm older, he doesn't. I actually enjoy his character, and I find him very comedic, and I see why Luke has put him in there, because he's actually not that bad of a character. And in the third film, Revenge, well, Attack of the Clones, he doesn't really play that big of a role, but he doesn't ruffle my feathers. Yeah. He doesn't make me angry at all. It takes more than that to make me mad. And Jar Jar is just a big kid, and I'm a big kid too. So he doesn't annoy me whatsoever. And we don't have any of those kind of clumsy, bumbling characters in this. Well, maybe Boji was, or Brody. What's his name, Boji or Brody? I'm sorry. I'm thinking it was Brody. Yeah. But anyway, Brody, his character is the closest thing that we get to kind of a klutz in a way. And I liked Saul Guerrero, even though he comes across as kind of a character that walks the line between good and bad. You don't really know what side he's working for, but then you realize, oh, right. And I know the actor who plays his role, but I can't think of him right off the top of my head. And I really like his. I really love that actor. I think that he's sensational. The film in and of itself, I give 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, hands down. No quibbling, no kvetching. There are only a few things that, just a couple little rags here, little rants. How is it? I guess you're just supposed to chalk this up to the Force, I suppose. But how is it that the characters already know what they're supposed to do? As far as I know, Jyn was in a bunker. Well, I'm not going to go into that, but how would she know? Never mind. If I say anything, that's going to give away a huge plot point. But that was the only plot hole that I saw in this movie. And I'm going to just say it's the culmination of the power of the Force. I'm just going to say that because that way it makes more sense. But that's the only way I can say that's logical and rational. I'm not really sure what else to say about the film in and of itself. But I really, really enjoyed it. And just the planets that were introduced to, the scope, the the scene near the end. Yeah, that was absolutely sensational. I was completely mesmerized. I was transfixed to the screen. I don't have anything else to say about Rogue One other than just how well executed it was, and it doesn't really say. It says it's based on characters that Lucas created, and I can't remember the the director, but this director I wasn't even familiarized with this director, and I think that this director was absolutely magnificent, and he did a spectacular job. It was astronomically done, phenomenal, and it was thrilling. I was just captivated throughout, and I didn't want to go too much into the whole story because if I do, like I said, it would ruin the movie, and I don't want to do that. If you haven't seen it, then go see it. If you're a fan, definitely see it, because it's just that it bridges the gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, and it does it very well in a very seamless manner, and it makes sense from its standpoint, I think. Well, in my opinion, it's so well done. It's just absolutely awesome. And everything about it is a very triumphant film. And even though it's not your feel-good film and it's very gritty, it still has that semblance, that sense of perseverance. It's what I really like about it, and determination and grit, and just the whole mechanism of never giving up, never surrendering despite the odds, no matter how grim the odds are. And in this case, what they're dealing with is catastrophic. Let me just put it that way. I'm not going to go too much into detail there, but from the actual case of the DVD itself, you can see that for your reference. It's pretty blatant, and they don't sugarcoat it, which I like that. And it made me very happy, and I'm glad to see that they did something. They took a story that we didn't know anything about, and they fleshed it out, and they made it into something absolutely wonderful and wondrous, and just absolutely tremendous. And that's basically all I have to say about Rogue One. And until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao, tutti.